Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be recreating this nail set but putting a little bit of a twist on it. This nail set was done by Melly Cured It, I hope I'm saying that right, but I think she works in Nails by Dev's shop. Once I seen these I was like, I'm doing it. I initially wanted to do my own Scream set, but after seeing these I really wanted to do them. I first started off by making my own pink. I didn't have a pink as soft as the one she had, so I mixed together Macart Sprinkles, Nail Addicts or Nail Reserves, Electric Rose and just a white polish, and I was able to make some sort of soft pink. Whilst I'm mixing the polish, I'm just going to take the time to say that because this video is a bit longer than my usual videos, it's going to be all over the place. I'm not necessarily going to do this as a how-to. I think I'm going to do more explaining when it comes to doing Ghostface's face. Because when I was painting his face, a lot of it was cut out. I was out of focus, I wasn't in frame. I also just kind of would turn off my camera and just forget that I was recording a video. So when it comes to that part, I'm gonna explain it and also show you ways to make the face even better. I became very lazy when it got to that nail and I wish I would have did more. But either way, I'm happy with how it turned out. I compared it to last year's Scream set that I did, and the face, there's clear differences. This one looks so much better. Also, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be rambling a lot in this video because it's 15 minutes and I don't want to make this boring. It's currently spooky season, which means there's so much to talk about. These are the differences in the pinks. At first, I wanted to use Macart Sprinkles, but I felt like it was more on the purple side and I didn't like that. For this set, I used my peel off base coat and I used bubblegum gel. Whilst I'm doing that, I want you guys to listen to what I was listening to when I was doing this.
You really think you're getting 100% of your loved one's ashes?
So I used to work as a mortician for about 3 years. We never cleaned those ovens. Like, we just had so much stuff coming in and out. It was dirty anyway, it's ashy. We're not cleaning them. There was no need. And funny story, I tell this to a bunch of people. We were actually next to a pizzeria. Our crematorium was right next to a pizzeria. And one day their ovens broke. And they had orders in already. They were like on a mad dash, like, oh, we got to get these pizzas out. So they came to us and said, hey, we know you guys have ovens. Can we just use them for a couple hours to make pizzas?
What?
So we said, sure. So we had guys in there with the sticks, flipping around pizzas, and they were delicious. I mean, they gave us a couple to have afterwards, just as a thank you. I mean, it was crisp, delicious. So you don't even know what's in there. You're getting your ashes, you're getting 75% your husband, then you got dogs, cats, pepperoni. It's all a mixed grab bag. It's a surprise inside.
You really
He
think
has
you're
to
getting
be joking.
100% of your loved one's ashes?
Let me read the comments. After checking the comments, he in fact was joking, but he had me for a second because there was this whole thing going around saying that if you get someone cremated, the ashes that you receive isn't actually 100% them, it's a mixture of other people too. And there was lots of people duetting it and stitching it, saying that they never cleaned those crematorium oven things. I don't even know what they're called, but they're saying that they never get cleaned. So I'm like, okay, I'm hearing this guy talking about pizzas. What's next? Is this something that actually happened? But I realized it was a joke. Once I adhered all the nails, I went in with that pink and put it on my pointer finger, my middle finger and my pinky. I really like this pink that I made. I wish I would have made more and stored it away for something else because I don't think I'm going to be able to make it the exact same way again. I somewhat know the measurements, but I pretty much eyeballed it, but I'm going to try and make it again. I also applied 2 coats to each nail. I wanted to do 3, but I didn't want the nail to be too bulky. So seeing as it is spooky season, what does everyone have planned? All I'm gonna do is pretty much do my Halloween nail sets and probably watch some of the movies that are coming out. I really wanted to watch that movie Smile, but some people on TikTok have been saying it's not the movie to watch and it was just far too much. I think there's like 3 different trailers because I only see the trailer on YouTube when I'm watching videos and it looks good, but I'm just like, if this is too intense, I can skip this one. If anyone does watch it, let me know how it is. That's also how I'm feeling about the Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix. I can't bring myself to watch it. I keep seeing it all over my For You page and kind of bits and pieces of what's going on, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. I can't bring myself to watch it. And I've heard that Evan Peters plays the role really well, and that just makes it even more eerie. Not that he's being a good actor, but it's more like if he played that role so well, it becomes even more creepier. So I think I'm gonna pass on that one, but let me know if any of you guys are watching it. I think I'm gonna watch the new Halloween movie. I don't know how he's not dead yet, but I think this might be the final one. I swear, if there's another one after it, I'm not watching it. He needs to be gone once and for all because they're dragging it out at this point, but I get it, that's the story. But I want to see how this one goes. So to get back into this set, I used my Vina Lisa. I honestly don't know what the shade is called. I think when I bought it, it just said red, but any old red polish should work. I painted on 3 lines coming from the cuticle area. For the lengths of the line, you want to make sure that they're all different lengths. That kind of adds to the blood drip effect. And then I connected the lines by the cuticle area by painting little curves. And then after I painted the curves, I just filled in that little gap. I had put down some of the reflective polish because I thought I wanted to go over it, but I figured if I was going to cover it with rhinestones, then it wouldn't make a difference, so I decided not to. To do the blood drops, I used my dotting tool and made a dot at the end of the line, and then I went in with my brush to connect the dot to the line so that I could form some sort of teardrop shape. So I watched Hocus Pocus for the first time a few days ago, and I can already hear some of your thoughts. I know I'm late, but I feel like I have a good reason. I have 2 reasons actually. Okay, so number 1 is, for the longest amount of time, I thought the movie Witches was Hocus Pocus. Come to find out, it's not the same thing. And they are 2 whole different movies. Now that I know this, it brings me to my second reason, and it's me blaming British TV. I feel like it was never on. I watched a lot of TV and didn't ever see that movie. Unless it just so happened to be on every time that I wasn't watching it, but I felt like it was never on. I'm trying to crack the case, so can any of my UK viewers confirm or deny that that movie was shown? Because I'm like, that movie is so big here in the States. So I'm like, what? That didn't translate over to the UK? So I'm gonna try and figure this out. I got these rhinestones from the Dollar Tree. As you can see, there isn't many of it, and I was worried that I was gonna run out of stones. But I was able to do both nails, and I think I had maybe 10 to spare. To adhere the rhinestones, I used McCart's rhinestone glue. Now I'm gonna do the ring finger. I placed down white and black because I thought I was gonna do the Ghostface, but I decided to do the ring finger first because trying to draw this on paper, it was going left. Like, it was so bad. I should show you what I drew. It was absolutely terrible. But I decided to tackle this one first because it was the hardest. I don't know why, but this phone kicked my ass. It was so hard to draw. I also cut most of it out because at one point it started to look like something. I'm not going to say what. I think some of you might see it forming, but I cut it out because I was like, okay, this could be inappropriate. But if you know, you know. So this is how it looks. I just drew something basic. I decided to outline it so that it would pop a little bit. Trying to draw that phone cord was almost impossible. What mostly made it hard was trying to film it. Once I had stopped trying to record, I realized it was easier to do, but it was still pretty hard. I think I needed a smaller brush. Either way, the phone turned out okay, and you can tell it's a phone. This is how the phone turned out. After outlining it, I added some of those phone holes, and how I did this was I used my super sharp tweezers, dipped it in the black gel paint, and just kind of made those dots randomly. Now for the Ghostface nail, I drew the outline of his face off camera because I wanted it to be perfect, and when I was trying to record it, it just kept failing. I didn't want to have a botched Ghostface, so I ended up doing it off of camera. If you do want a step-by-step on how to draw Ghostface, I followed Ball Pit Nails on TikTok. She has a great tutorial on how to do it. However, I didn't follow it to a T. I just kind of used specific things in order to kind of get me started to be able to draw the nail, but her tutorial is pretty good and it's easy to follow. For the nose, all you have to do is 2 teardrop shapes. Some people separate them and some people connect them. I prefer to connect them. I feel like it looks better that way, but it is up to you and whatever you feel looks best. Then for the eyes, you want to draw a kidney bean shape. That's what Ball Pit Nail said, and it honestly made me laugh because it looks his eyes really are bean shaped. Next, I'm going to paint his cloak. So for this part, all you want to do is pretty much outline his head. At first, I didn't want to take it all the way down to the nail tip, but once I did what I was initially going to do, I didn't think it looked good, so I ended up taking it all the way down. But once you outline his head, all you have to do is fill in that gap. Whilst I'm doing that, this is on my mind, so I have to get it out. But I pretty much just realized that Scary Movie ruined the movie Scream for me. I had seen Scream when I was younger but didn't like it. I felt like I didn't get what was going on, so I didn't finish it. But once I fully watched it as an adult, I was just like, I can't take this serious. It's just like not scary. I mean, in the first place, it isn't really a scary movie. It's literally them going around and unaliving people. I should have said spoiler alert, but I think a majority of people know what happens in that movie, even if they haven't seen it. But it's not a bad movie, it's just that Scary Movie has ruined it for me because when I am watching Scream, all I can think about is just that one scene, and I'm gonna put a gif of it so that you can see what I'm talking about. But if you haven't seen any of the Scary Movies, please find a way to do so because they're pretty funny. Once I filled in the cloak, I decided to add some detail. How I did this was I mixed black and a bit of top coat to make like a grayish color, and I just outlined his eyes. So I didn't finish these nails. I continued the following day, and when I did that, I was actually speaking whilst recording, so I'll let you listen to that. So this is the next day. I lost one. So I'm just going to put that on real quick and I'll be back to finish this set. I wanted to do the other hand, but I couldn't find red rhinestones. I did go to the Dollar Tree because that's where I got that little one from, but they didn't have it. So I'm just going to scrap the other hand and I'm just going to do this one only. I got these rhinestones from Shein. At first, I thought these had these smaller ones. That is why I was so prepared to do this set. But luckily, I did have some of the smaller ones and was able to make this set work. I added those teardrop shaped ones because I didn't want to draw the blood drop then fill it with the smaller ones, because number one, I didn't have many, and number two, it's just easier to use the teardrop shaped one. But this is the final result. Let me know what you guys think. Pretend like you didn't see the thumb because I really dislike it. I think I'm going to do something else to replace it. If you like this video, like, comment and subscribe, and thank you for watching.